my channel. I'm Dr. Edwards for those who are new here, and today's topic was actually requested by one of my lovely subscribers in the comments, and it's a topic of contact dermatitis. So if you've never heard about contact dermatitis, stay tuned because you're going to learn all about it in this video. To your hands after using bleach or a strong detergent, or you've developed a rash to your earlobes after wearing that particular set of earrings, or if you've ever used a particularly strong deodorant or a certain brand of deodorant and you develop redness, burning, and itching to your underarms, you, my friend, have probably experienced contact dermatitis. Contact dermatitis or contact eczema is a reaction of the skin in response to something coming in direct contact with the skin. Now this can be divided into two types: allergic contact dermatitis and irritant contact dermatitis. We're going to get into the two and the differences so it will be clearer. Okay, so irritant contact dermatitis occurs when there is direct damage to the skin, so the skin barrier is damaged, right? It can be due to overexposure to water or moisture from bodily fluids such as a dirty diaper or from frequent licking of the lips. It can also be due to strong acids and alkalis and other caustic substances, and even friction and excessive exposure to cold can cause an irritant contact dermatitis. So because the skin barrier is damaged, then irritants or chemicals from these products can actually enter into the skin and trigger inflammation in the skin. A group of persons who are at an increased risk of getting an irritant contact dermatitis are persons with eczema, because they already have somewhat of a skin barrier dysfunction happening. On the other hand, allergic contact dermatitis occurs when an allergen, which is something that has the potential to stimulate an allergic reaction, comes into contact with the skin. The immune system actually studies the allergen and stores the information about the allergen in the memory of the immune system. So later on, when you get exposed to this allergen again, or even later on after the same exposure, the immune system is then able to say, aha, we remember you. Let's try to clear this allergen that is not supposed to be there. So it recruits cytokines and all of that good stuff, the white blood cells, and they come together and create havoc and inflammation in the skin. What does the clinical picture look like? Well, more than likely, someone with contact dermatitis will have redness of the skin, or in darker skin tones, it might look deep purplish. So a lot of the times there's scaling involved. You can have some bumps that are itchy, and sometimes they get scratched off and oozy. There can be blisters, and on this more severe end, you can get very large blisters, and it can be quite painful. Right. So with irritant contact dermatitis, the rash is usually confined to the area that the substance came in contact with. However, with allergic contact dermatitis, even though it's a similar picture when you look at it, it can extend to other body areas that weren't necessarily touched by the causative agent. So an example of allergic contact dermatitis is a case of ppd allergy. So ppd is an allergen that is found in henna tattoos, right? Now this allergen is also found in a lot of hair dyes. So if someone who has a ppd allergy gets a henna tattoo, maybe the first time they're being exposed to the ppd, they won't necessarily have an allergic reaction on the skin. However, if that same person then later on dyes their hair with a ppd containing hair dye, they may develop a really bad allergic contact dermatitis rash affecting the entire scalp, and sometimes it can be so severe that it will extend down onto the face and cause swollen lids and just generalized swelling of the face. So that's an extreme example, but it does happen. Other common substances that cause allergic contact dermatitis include nickel, which is often found in certain types of jewelry and in certain belts, right? So I've actually seen a couple cases where the person comes in with a rash around the belly button, only to find out that they're wearing this particular belt with nickel in the buckle of the belt. Certain fragrances and preservatives are found in the products that we bathe with, in baby wipes, in dishwashing liquid, just in stuff that we use on a day-to-day basis. A lot of these are allergens that cause allergic contact dermatitis. There are also certain plants out there that contain allergens and are responsible for allergic contact dermatitis. So if someone has a mild contact dermatitis, it can be treated with over-the-counter topical corticosteroid, for example, hydrocortisone. However, if it's moderate to severe, it's not going away with the hydrocortisone, it's just kind of angry, it's spread out to other areas, then I would strongly suggest seeing a dermatologist. The diagnosis isn't always straightforward to say, yes, this is irritant as opposed to allergic contact dermatitis, and sometimes further investigations have to be done. Patch testing is the most common investigation that is done to try and determine if someone has an allergic contact dermatitis. So allergens are basically placed into chambers and they're taped down most commonly onto the back, and then they're labeled. So it is kept onto the skin for about 48 hours, and then they're actually removed and the skin is examined to see if there is any reaction or development of a mild contact dermatitis in those areas. After another 48 hours, the skin is again examined to see if after that extra time a rash has developed, and that is how we'll know if the allergen that was in that area is what is possibly causing the allergic contact dermatitis. As with any eczema-like condition of the skin, moisturizing the skin is going to be very important in repairing the skin barrier and just soothing the skin. Also, switching over to gentle cleansers or gentle soaps or soap substitutes are also beneficial. These won't take away the natural oils on the skin that help to repair the skin barrier. The best management for contact dermatitis, whether allergic or irritant, is avoiding the trigger altogether if possible. So if bleach is causing you to get contact dermatitis, wear gloves when handling bleach. If it's excessive moisture from a wet baby diaper, change the diaper more frequently. If it's due to licking your lips too much, that's a little bit tricky, but you'll just have to try not to and use emollients or moisturizing agents instead. Now, we're currently living in a pandemic, and whichever public place we enter, it's always required of us to sanitize our hands. Constant washing of our hands and sanitizing our hands strips the natural oils from the skin, and over time the barrier of the skin can become compromised, and this can predispose us to irritant contact dermatitis. So that's also something to bear in mind. Try to carry around a hand cream where you can add back moisture to the hands, and when entering these public spaces, please ensure that you are aware of what they're giving you to sanitize your hands. I've heard reports of persons using mixtures of bleach and vinegar, and that's actually quite a toxic combination that can really be very caustic and completely just damage the skin. So it's very important that we are aware of these things and just look out for it and continue to stay safe out there. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate you taking the time out of your day to learn some more about skin conditions and just commenting and interacting with me. So keep on commenting, don't forget to like,